Yesterday we completed Flexbox and today it's time for Grid. Grid, I think I might complete it today or maybe I will take till tomorrow to complete that. Tomorrow is the final day. Tomorrow we'll do one project also. For tomorrow also it is at the same time at 8:30, but tomorrow it's not a 1 hour, maybe it will extend till 2 hours, maybe it will extend till 3 hours till I complete it. Okay, and tomorrow at 3 I have that web development workshop also, that is through Zoom, and it will be live on YouTube also. So if you want to learn HTML CSS very basic, so you can attend that, and HTML and all, because in this CSS beginners to advanced I have not taught HTML, because I teach HTML in that workshop which is there on every Saturdays, and it is on Zoom also, and it is on YouTube also. So that YouTube link you will get when I start it, so just follow my YouTube channel and you will at 3 p.m. IST, that HTML exact basic HTML CSS basics are there. Actually CSS basics I have done here also, and I'm planning to just from the next batch means, anyways this is going for 3 weeks, and after this CSS I am going to do the JavaScript from next week, then React and Redux. Mainly React, maybe time I will do for Redux also, mainly React. So that is the plan, and after that I think 1 week I will do something else also, maybe Angular, maybe Vue. Okay, and then after that we'll again start this cycle again for you to be a web app developer. So this is the thing for you to be a web app developer. So let me take change my screen to share my screen, because or else it will be time wasted, and Grid is a bit longer than Flexbox. I don't know whether I will be able to complete it today or we will extend it tomorrow. So let me share my screen. So this is my screen two. Okay, hope you are able to see my screen. Okay, so see, I've already did some setup because I want to do it quickly. And what I did, let me explain to you. So this is the folder is there in this index.html I have created, and grid basics and all I have put, and style.css I have linked, and there is a container just like previous class. We have a container and it has got a class of item 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, just like previous class. Then in a style.css is where the main thing is happening. There is a root which I've got 2 colors, and then the box sizing and all are there, and all these things generally we do. Font weight is there, font size is there, color black. So these are known as CSS variables. So they're new. See, this root I am giving, and this dash black I am giving. So this is how you declare CSS variable, and then you can use it like this. Okay, and then this box sizing and height, this is something which we always do. Then after that this background is there. Okay, this background is there, and here this linear gradient and all. So because of the linear gradient, it will look very nice. Background size, some basic setup is there, and some H1 H2 basic setup is there. Okay, and one more thing, we'll center the content of this item. No, not we're centering anything else, we're doing display grid, but don't go upon that display grid right now. We are going to learn it again. See what happens with this. I have started it with live server also. It will look like this. So centering means we are centering everything in the middle. So don't go according to this, what is display grid, because I'm going to explain everything. You could have centered it with Flexbox also, as I am written. You could have centered it with Flexbox also. Just what we have learned in the previous stream, display Flexbox, justify content center, align item center. So we could have done that. Okay, so let's get started. So yeah, let's start with grid now. Okay, so the first thing is that grid is also like there in the parent component. Okay, parent component, it is also there in the parent component. So this container is there. I will come here and then dot container. So just like Flexbox, it is also there in the parent. Okay, so here I will do display of grid and hope it will do something like Flexbox. But if I do this, it's not coming. It will not do anything. It will be like this only. Nothing will be done, because grid is not like Flexbox. The moment you give display Flexbox, it all changed to the row. So but it didn't happen yet because grid. And one more thing, grid is two directional. Flexbox is one direction. There is a main axis which you can do reverse by flex direction, but here it is not like that. And that's why grid is much more powerful than Flexbox, because it is bi-directional. Means you can control the column also, you can control the rows also. We'll soon see how we can control that. So the first thing actually I am going to do is the grid template column. Okay, grid template columns, it is will not use a repeat right now. Grid template column I'll do, and here 200 px and 500 px I'll do. This two I'm do. Okay, 200 and 500 pixel. So it will create the columns. It will create two columns, one for 200 pixel, one for 500 pixel. See, one, this is for 200 pixel and this is for 500 pixel. This 200 and this is 500. 200 and 500 pixel is done. Okay, so now the next thing is there. So like as I've told, it is bi-directional. So this grid template column is there, and there is another thing known as grid template row. Grid template row, and I'm taking the shortcuts. Okay, grid template row, I will take 200 pixel, 100 pixel and 300 pixel. Save it. 200, 100 and 300. See, now this is 200, this is 100 and this is 300, and these two are taken by default. Why they are taken by default? Because we ran out of the rows. So 3 rows, actually it should have been 5 rows, but we are given 3 rows. So these two have taken the default size, which is whatever the size of this element is there, whatever the height of this element is there, it have taken like this. Okay, so this is like this grid template rows. And now we will also give a gap. So we can give a gap also here, like gap with gap. Earlier it used to be called a grid gap, now the gap is there. So 5px. So see, this is nice, gaps are there. It is actually all way around, all 4 way around, the gap will be there. Okay, so this is done. Now the thing is that we are going to learn about implicit tracks and explicit track. So what are those implicit track and explicit track? See, as I have told that these two have taken the grid rows according to the height, and this is what is grid template row. Implicit and explicit tracks are all about. I'll right click it and I will do the inspect. Okay, and one more thing, for grid the best browser is Firefox Developer Edition, not the normal Firefox. This is Firefox Developer Edition. Firefox Developer Edition is the best browser for learning grid, because it has got a dev tools, and that first thing is that it is not there in Chrome. It is not there even in the normal Firefox. It is there only in the Firefox Developer tools. This is what I'm talking about. This is the grid thing which is there. So if you want, you have to do the grid. Okay, so here I am do the main one as grid. Here item is also grid for some default checking, which I have earlier told. So this main container is grid. This I will choose, and what I have to do, I want to see the numbers and all. So first thing I will do here, color is not good. Color, let me make it a bit blacker. I made it, make it a bit black. So what I wanted to tell, okay, and it is not displaying the line numbers, so you have to do this all also, this all also you have to do. Okay, this all also you do. Okay, so implicit track and explicit tracks, what are they? Okay, so I think we have already done 200 pixel, 200 pixel, 500 pixel. Let me make it a bit smaller so that we can see it much better. 100, 50, maybe 200. Okay, so that it is just fitting in one. So as I've told, this are these are actually explicit, and these are explicit because we have created them with grid template rows and grid template column. This is implicit. So how to check that? Okay, so it is very difficult to see even for me, and for the YouTube people it is even more difficult. So what I will do, I will increase the browser size. No, not this. Click here and See this dashes you are seeing, this dash 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 dash, these are known as explicit track because this was created because we did grid template column and grid template rows. So now let me move a bit down. As I've told, the last two were created implicit. Why they were created implicit? Because we didn't declare the grid template row, so they're implicit. See, these small dots are there, small dot 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 are there. Okay, so that is because of that, that implicit track is there. And why we are learning this? Because we can also control this implicit tracks, okay, by there is something. So grid is something like, it has got a lot of things. Even it has got 2-3 different ways to do the grid. Okay, one is a basic type of grid which is just similar to Flexbox, and one is the grid template areas, which is a bit of advanced grid, but it is there, it is there. Okay, so after this, what I will do, something known as, suppose I want to control those two, means I want them according to whatever the implicit rows are the implicit track. I want to control those two rows. So what I will do here, I'll do grid auto rows is 150px. I'll do grid auto rows is 150px. Save it. Now see, look, there is, see, they are, the sizes are according to that 150px and 150px. These two are 150 and 150px. So this is what grid auto rows will do. Okay. Okay. So now we will look into sizing track. Okay. Now we'll look into sizing tracks. And for that, first thing, I want to remove all of these things. First, again, we are going to do a bit of from like a start and gap. I want to take 20px. For a reason, I'm taking 20px. Okay, and one more thing I'm going to do, I'm going to increase from 10 to 15. 10 to 15 I have done. Now let me close this. And it is showing like this. Okay, it is 100% or what? Yeah, it is 100. It should be 100%, or else it will fail some other thing. So gap of 20 pixel I have taken. So that is the main thing. Gap of 20 pixel I have taken. Now let me do GTC grid template column. Repeat will learn soon, but now like this grid template column I have done 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%. So I've created 4 columns. Okay, 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%, and if I come back here, 25% is not a good percent, because see, the last one is getting cut. Why it is getting cut? Because we have given a gap of 20 pixel, so that 20 pixels is all way around. So that is, this is not a good way to divide the column, the percentage things. Okay, so how we will divide it? So this is the something, this sizing thing is a thing which we are going to learn now. So gap is 20 pixel. Let me give a border first. Okay, border 5px, solid black is there. Save it. And here 200 pixel and 150 pixel I'll do. Save it. And if I go back, it will show like this. One is of 200 pixel, one is of 150 pixels. The columns are like that. Okay, so now, so I was told that percentages are not a good thing. So what is a good thing? Good thing is something known as FR. There is a unit FR in grid only. Free row, something like that. It means free row. So that I will give like 1 FR I'll give, and save it and see what is happening. So whatever the free space was left there, so third column is of 1FR. Whatever the free space was there after 200 and 150 pixels, one will be taken for 200 pixels, one will be taken for 150 pixel. The third one will always be 1FR, means whatever the free space is there, that is known as 1FR. Okay, so that means 1FR. And similarly, some similar type of concept is the flex from Flexbox also. Okay, so this 1FR is there, then after this 2FR I'll do, 2FR I'll do, and see this 1FR and 2FR. So what happens, whatever the, see, whatever the free space is left after this what is 200 pixel and 150 pixel, whatever the free space is left, it will be divided into two things. See this one means I have taken total 3FR. So one part will come here and two part will come here, one part will come here, 1FR, and two part will come here. Okay, so that is like that, and that is FR. So it is done like that. Okay, so there is also an auto thing. So auto, if I do, instead of this I will give this as auto. So what will happen, whatever the space is there, it will take only this much. So some bit of padding is there, yeah, but it will take only this much, whatever the space is there. So this is what auto means, auto row means whatever the space of the content will be there, it will be taken like this. So what is that, 4, suppose for 4, this 4 I will increase Nabindu Biswas JS trainer, save it. See, so it is space changed, and what happened, this whole column space got changed. Okay, so it is like this, its whole column space got changed. Okay, so then let me change it back. Actually, this was just to show what is auto is. Okay, save it and it will be back like that. Okay, so now what I want to tell, now I want to tell about repeat. So repeat, which is coming already. So what is a repeat? Okay, auto, after this auto I will give suppose okay, so let me show one thing. Suppose there is 1FR and 1FR like this. Okay, 1FR and 1FR. So two 1FRs are there. So two 1FRs are there. There is another way to write it, that is like repeat 2 times 1FR. So like this, 2 times 1FR is I have done. Save it. And see, same thing is happening, 2 times 1FR, the same thing is happening. So one more thing, so if I do 2 times 1FR and if I do Control X like this, what will happen now? So the thing which will happen at this place is that there will be actually 4 columns. One will be of 1FR, 2FR, one will be of 1FR, 2FR. It will be repeated like this, 1FR, 2FR, 1FR, 2FR, 1. So it is like this. Those columns will be like that. Okay, so we have done this. Now the next thing which I wanted to do is sizing grid element. So there is a different way through which you can size the grid element, and we will do that. So we are going to change a bit here. For this we are going to have more items, and it has got a second class name also, item 1 to 30. This class name is also I will save it, and then let me move back to the container, and the container I will gap is okay, border I don't need, and this I'll use repeat again, repeat, but repeat 5 times, repeat 5 times 1FR, 5 times 1FR I will going to do, 5 times 1FR. Okay, So it will show like this. Okay, so nice way it is showing. So the thing is that, okay, so suppose this 9 I want to target. So I have given everything as a second thing also. So this 9 I want to target. So, and I want to increase the size. Okay, so dot item 9 is like background is misty rose and width is 500 pixel. So save it. So see, the color I have changed and it has been 500 pixels. So this one more property of grid is that a whole column get changed to that. So it is not like this only this is changed, then the everything else will not change. The whole column will get changed if I change the width like this. But what if I don't want a whole column to be changed? I only want this one to be changed in this scenario. Okay, so there is something known as a span thing. So this is we are going to learn about that. And I want it to be this much only, but the rest of the thing should not be increased. Like this 4 should not increase that much, 14 should not increase that much, 19 should not increase that much. So I want it like this. Okay, so what I will do, I will come here, and width I will not going to use the width anyway. I'm going to use something known as grid column, and grid column span of 2, grid column span of 2. So column, I'm spanning it for 2 columns. Save it. So see, it's got a span for 2. And one more thing is, you should note that the 10 was pushed down. So this is very important. 10 was pushed down. This is the side effect, sort of side effect. If you are okay with this, you can use it. With it was not means it was increasing everything. But that is a worse side effect. Okay, so that is like that. So span grid column have a span twice. Even I can do it on a row. So how can I do it on a row? I can do it on a row with grid row span of 2. Save it. See, it's going down also, up and down. It is going grid row. Now what we can do, there are some other ways also to do this. Okay, so like this we can do see, span we have to done, we can do by column also. For that column again I have to do our favorite, like here, coming here, and I will click here to get the lines. So I want to show these lines are very important here. Okay, so now I am going to target something else, like item 16 and background is BADA55. So nice green color, and it is grid column start. So grid column start we have to give, and it is 2, and the spell is wrong. Grid column start is 2. So what does that mean? So it means that item 16, so this thing you're looking, so it will start with the second column. These are the numbering, so it will start with the second column. This second column, it is there, it will start with that, and we will give the end also. So grid column and 6, and 6 I'll do. Save it. See, started with 2, ended with 6. So these are the numbers, started with 2, ended with 6. Okay, that is there. Now there is another way to do this thing, the same thing. I can do this in another way. I'll comment it out, and grid column, not a span 2, not we are going to do the span again, we are going to do 2 divided by 6, 2 divided by 6, and it means from 2 to till 6, 2 to 6, same thing will come here. again. Okay, so same thing will come here, and there is yet another way to do this same thing. Okay, and that way is grid column to span 4 to spanning tilde 4. So these are different ways to do the same thing, anything which you like it. Okay, so item 16 is done, and then item 17 background sienna, and there is something else known as I will do the grid column, and I'll do from 1 till -1. I'll do 1 till -1. Okay, 1 till -1. So if you can see, this -1 also is there. So last column or row, the last column is also known as -1. So from start till the end one, it is -1. So similarly I can do like dot item 18 and background is spring. So they're nice color in HTML. Okay, those I'm using. Spring green. Grid column is 1 till, so -1 is the end one, so we can control it like this. -2 is the, it is, although it is not shown, -2 is the one before that. Okay, -2 is the one before that. If I do like this, see this till -1, so it will be seen like this. And now we can also mix and match like thing. Item 20 is like background is linen, and grid column is 1 to -3, and grid row is 8 to 10. Save it and see, this is coming like this. So all these things are possible. So we are done with this now. So now we are going to look into a very important property known as auto fit and autofill. So they are very important property which we are going to learn now, auto fit and autofill. Okay, for that, first thing, I don't want this much. Okay, so let me get rid of half of them. I want only till 12. 12 is more than enough. 12 is more than enough. Let me save it. Okay, so after this, remove all these things. Okay, and then container display grid, gap is 20. Let me have a border also. Border is 10px solid black, 10px solid black. Grid template column, repeat. Okay, so repeat we are going to use in a different way. Okay, so how we are going to use it? Okay, we are going to use it with auto fill, comma 150px. Autofill comma 150. We will soon see min max also, which my editor was telling. Okay, so repeat autofill 150px. So what does that mean? So autofill it is used the repeat function, and it is used to fit as many items as possible in a row. Okay, so autofill I am giving, so it means that it will be used from the first one. Here we were giving the number earlier, 5 6 7 and 9 10. No, it will be like that, how many numbers it is going to fill for 150px, it will fill it. And it depends upon the browser, so it is for responsive also. See, it has filled how many? It has filled 7. So watch this. If I make it a bit, 8 is done. 9 is done. If I make it smaller, so it will be done like this. So this is all about autofill. So it is what it means, that how that this 150px boxes, whatever the size it is about to fill, so it will fill it. Okay, so this is about autofill. Okay, so now the next thing is that, as you can see, it is arranging itself and all those things. So autofill, so we are going to look at something known as autofit also. So for autofit and autofill, what is the difference? To see the difference, we have to do something like this. Let me come here and let me comment this out. I've commented this out. Okay, only 4 elements we have right now. Okay, 4 elements we have. So this is autofill. So autofill till the fourth. Okay, one sec. Like this, autofill is there like this, and see what is happening like this. Okay, one more thing is there. Okay, one more thing is there. I want the names to be a bit different. I'll soon see why. Item 1, item 2, I want it to be like this. Okay, so it is okay. Item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, like this. And this is all about, but this is not showing a good type of black actually. Okay, so it is like this. So this is autofill we have done. So the dark lines, they are showing where the grid starts and the grid stand. So you can see that there is till here, it is there till 8 number, it is there, which is the whatever the size of the page, it is there till it will come, even if there are no items, and the grid is ending here. Okay, so now instead of this, I will give auto fit, save it. So auto fit I have done. So see what is happening, the grid is ending here itself. 1 2 3 4, grid is ending here itself. So that is the main thing. So it is ending here. All the boxes, the box, this doesn't matter, the grid is ending here. So what we can do here, so in auto fit, suppose I am targeting dot item 4 and grid. So we can control each of the item, which I've seen earlier also. Earlier, grid column and of -1. So this, if we do, it will go to the end. Okay, -1, we can do this like this. So it is not doing anything because the because the grid is ending here only in auto fit. So let me change it to autofill. So you might have guessed what will happen. Autofill, it will move to the end. So it will move to the end. So why this is very useful thing. So you might have seen some menus in some websites in which some 3 items are here and 1 item is here, some login or logout, or 2 3 items are here and some gap is there. So this is very useful, this is very easy way to make it, or do autofill and do move some of them to the end. Okay, so like this we can choose. Now what we are going to do, we are going to actually remove all these things. Okay, so we are going to, okay, let's do one thing. Let's do in this only. Okay, let's do in this container itself. Okay, so here what I'm going to do in the second one, I'm going to do a maybe a goodbye. I'm going to do which goodbye I have done, and then after that save it. Autofill 100px I am doing, save it, and now so each of them is 100px. Okay, so autofill or 100px. Okay, so the main thing is that this is okay, whatever. So the main thing is that see, this goodbye is going here. Okay, goodbye is going here, so going till end. So this is not a good thing. Means how we can fix it? So we can fix it by having a, we come here and there is something known as min max. So what is this min max? So min max is we are seeing that it is going outside. So what we are going to do, we are going to do min max of 150px. So because this was a bit bigger, and 1 fr. So what does that means? That means that either it should be 150px or it should be 1 fr. The size of each item, 150px is the first thing which is taken. So we guess that it is 150px or 1 fr. So this is small. So 1 fr is this much, means whatever is there, whatever is smaller. So whatever fits first, so that is done. First 150 pixel it will try to fix, and if it is smaller than, then it will squeeze it, so something like that. And because of that, like this, if it come here, it will go like this, and it will be like this autofill. Okay, so it will be like this, and then I'll do uh, as you can see in the desktop view, it is coming a bit not good. So what we are going to do, auto fit, how we are going to do. So because we have seen this, why it was coming like this issue. So in the desktop also, now it is perfect, it is showing perfectly one below the other 150px, and it has become fully responsive. So this is how it is working, it has become fully responsive also. Okay, okay, so let's go ahead and what we are going to do now, we are going to do something known as alignment. So alignment and centering, so we kept the main thing for the last, that alignment and centering. So there is something known as grid template areas also. They are a bit of complex and advanced kind of a grid, and I have not seen it used that much in production. If you want to see that, you can see my earlier YouTube. I think I have done it somewhere, but as I've told, that is very advanced kind of thing, and most people don't use it because it is more than enough. So this min max is more than enough, and this min max is there, and beside that, okay, one thing, this fine, I am having this here, save it. Okay, and why I am having this goodbye. Okay, whatever is there. Okay, so we'll go ahead now. So that grid template areas, yeah, if you want, I can do it in the next time, somewhere time, grid templates area if you want to know. But the thing which we are going to do now is the justify item, align items, all those things we are going to do, which we have also done in Flexbox, and we have kept this for the end because before that also you are seeing in grid there are so many other things are also there. Okay, so that thing we are going to do now. So For that, what we are going to do, okay, one more thing means what we are going to do, we are going to, let me tell one thing what we are going to do. We are going to this, I'm going to do this thing, justify items, align items. So as I've told that in earlier, I think in Flexbox I've told, in Grid we have one thing more, I don't remember right now. So there are only three things in a Flexbox: justify item, align item, justify content, align content. I think justify item is not there in Flexbox. You can, again, there is a very good that CSS tricks article is there, so we'll refer to that also. This align self and justify self. I think justify self is also not there. And one more thing, we don't have anything like direction or something in grid, so justify is always along the row axis. So in there, if we are changing the flex direction, it was changing, that justify was changing, but here it is not like that. Always justify is row axis and align is column axis. That is one of the main thing. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. Let me cut it and let me put it maybe here, I'll put it. And then border I don't need, gap is 20 px is okay, repeat 10 comma 1 alpha I'll do. And here the main thing is that we are going to have a lot of things. Save it, come back here, and we are going to have a lot of things, and everything is with itm until 40 we have. Save it, and see, it will look like this. Okay, it will look like this. And I don't know why you have to do this every time. So see, we've got the numbering system also in place. Okay, so just repeat 10 of 1 fr, so 10 of them are in one rows. Okay, this is a normal size, and 1fr is there. So first thing we are going to do is the justify item. We are going to do, so justify item as it along the row axis, the main axis, the row axis, and it aligns item along the row axis, like from left right it will align. So grid template column and all these things I have done. And then one more thing I'll do, and that is I will select all the .itm and I will make the background as white. I will make it, save it, and justify items I'll do as start. Justify item I will do as start. So there is no flex start because this is not a flex box. So the start I will do. So see, everything has moved to the start. By default it was here, everything has moved inside it, container only it is moving. This is different, inside this only it is moving. It is not like everything has taken and moved at one place. No, it is not like that. So that's why I have given the background color. Yes, everything has moved inside the container. So you might have guessed what will happen next. If I do it to the end, everything will move to the end. Everything will move to the end. Everything will move to the end. So the other thing is that I'll do it a center, save it, and it will be to the center. And if I do it like this, so it was like this. If I do it like this, by default it is a stretch. Everything is stretched till the end. This is the background is still here, so it is by default it is stretch. Okay, if I don't give anything but I give start and then center, it will move according to that start and then center. Now we will do the align items, and align items, as I told, it will move along the column axis, and column axis is always top to down in a grid. You cannot change it with a flex direction. There is no direction because grid is bi-directional, not unidirectional. So for this, what we are going to do, we are going to do some changes here. So grid the template column 10 1 I am doing, and grid template Rows I'll do repeat 5 and 100 px. So I'm making a row also, and justify items I will put it at end. Background is white, so I'm making a bit of row also, it is there. Okay, I'm making a bit of row also, and justify item I move to the end, so don't look into this. So and it has moved. Okay, by default align item is also stretch if you don't give it. Okay, so that's why it is giving me stretch. But if I do the align item as maybe center, I'll do, see, it will move to the center, so it is moving from top to down, it is moving from top to down. And justify items and it is at the end, but it along the same line, it will move from top to down. Start is there, end is there, center we have looked, so start will look, start will go to the start. Okay, so like this it is there. And as I told, stretch is the by default what it is, stretch. And if you want to center everything inside this thing, so this is all a cool trick. Center, I'll do justify item and align items, both of them center, and it will be exactly at the center of each of the squares. So this is also very important thing, because in CSS we have to center things a lot, means a lot means a lot. And if I give, instead of this, if I remove all this thing or everything, I'll give it as stretch, so it will be like this. The box will be filled. Okay, so now we will look into justify content. So these two we have done. Now it's time for justify content, and actually this is much more important, justify content. Okay, so this is okay, we will do some changes. Okay, grid 20 px, let me have a border is 10 px solid black. I'll do 10 px solid black, repeat, repeat 5, 100 px I'll do, repeat 5, 100 px. Okay, and here I'll do stretch I'll do, and justify content. So justify content I'm now doing. So these two I have done stretch, and justify content I'll do as start, save it. See what is happening. So everything, so that is stretch is okay, but actually this, all of these things are moving to the start. That is the main thing, it is actually moving everything. So that is also only for the item, justify items and align items, but this is for the whole thing to be moved to the start. Whole thing is moving to the start. Okay, in this thing. Okay, so start is like this, and then justify content end I will do, save it. So it will move to end, and then there is a center is there, save it, it will move to the center. But we have something more also, like what we have in Flexbox, and those things are space around, so it is having this space around, and then we have something like space between, as it is going to the end, space between, and space evenly is like space evenly, so it is like this. So these all things we have. Okay, so now we look into similar thing which is known as aligned content. We look into justify content. Now we are looking to aligned content, as aligned content is from the column axis top to down. So aligned content also it has also got the same start and center, stretch, space around, space between, and space evenly. So for to see this correctly, we have to actually reduce the number here, or else it will not show correctly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove all these things, and I'm see till 10 I'm going to have it. Okay, till 10 I'm going to have, and then again I will have to do some more changes here. First thing is that I have to give a height here, height of 500 pixel. I'll give repeat 500 pixel grid template column, grid template row. Actually I don't need it, just write a stretch, and this is a space, let it be space between, and background is white. So this is, after this we'll do that. So it is showing like this. Okay, it is showing like this right now, it is showing like this. Okay, so now if I do, so again this is everything is stretched by default. So I will come here and I'll do a align content is start, save it. So see, everything has moved to the start, align content start. Okay, everything has moved to the start. So that is the thing, and now all the content is moving. So it is also similar to justify content. So all the content is now moving the start, and you might have guessed, if I do it end, move to the end. If I do it center, it will move to the center, space between, space between. See, space between, it is showing like this. Even I can remove this thing, space between, it is showing like, because we don't want it anymore, space between and all those things. And now we want to see this space around and space evenly, but again for that, what is there, we need a bit of more items. So my bad, I removed it. So we need around 20 items. Okay, to see it correctly, I'll come here. So this is I want to show what I want to show, space around. I will show space around I am giving, and see space around. So now the space around is been done, and space between also I should show like this only, or else it is like not looking good. Space between like this, and space evenly, like even, not even, evenly, it is evenly like this. Space evenly is like this. It is done. Now we are going to look into justify self. Okay, just like the justify self and the align self are there, so we are going to look into that. So with that, as you might have known, we can target the individual things. Okay, so similar to what we have in Flexbox, we can target individual things. So everything is okay. I'll come here, space between, I'll save it, and then ITM background is white, ITM 8, it is background is yellow, and justify self is start, save it. So I'm moving only this thing. Okay, justify self. So see where it is moving. It is moving to the start. Let me start it again. It is moving to the start. Justify self means it is moving to the start, and it will move inside this only. Justify self, justify, and it is moving to the end. Center, it will move to the center. So like this it will move. Okay, and by default it is stretch. it will move to the stretch like this, it will move. Okay, so now we'll look into the last thing, which is the align self. And align self, we are okay, we have 20. Okay, so align self, I will come here, and here everything else is okay, but 500 px. And okay, we have to do something different here, and that is because align self is again from top to down. So gtr, I have to do grid template row, and repeat 2 comma 1 fr. So and then 1 300 px and 1 fr. I'll do like this. So let me save it, come here. So this, see, this one is for 300 pixel and all. Okay, now because I'm going to show this one only. So item 14, we'll target this item 14. Okay, so that is the main thing. Item 14 I'm targeting, and item 14 I'm targeting, and then the background is pink, and align self is start. Save it. So see, align self start is, it has moved here, so you might know that it will move from top to down line. Now align self is end, so it will move to the end, and center, it will move to the center. And now there is stretch, I move to a stretch, and it will be like this. And with this we complete everything, all in this thing. So as you might have seen, there are more things than Flexbox, so it is more powerful than Flexbox. And with this actually we completed today's we completed all of grid, except as I've told, there is a bit of advanced grid which is not used that much. But if you want to learn, I can teach it sometime to that advanced grid, that is grid template areas and all. Because I have not seen, I have worked in production for a long time, and I have not seen that being used. Production is development. Okay, so production codes, no people, that is way too complicated actually, grid template areas. And this much grid only have that many features that you don't need it. Just gtc and gtr is very powerful, and min max is also very powerful. So tomorrow, it is good that grid is complete. I thought it will extend till tomorrow, so it is very good thing it is completed. So tomorrow we can concentrate on projects. Maybe will do 2-3 projects tomorrow. That is like that means and I like to doing projects from front end mentors, so we'll do some front end mentors project, because they are a good way to practice grade Flexbox and anything, because you get the PhDs and all, and we can practice that. So that is a very good way to practice, and we are going to do that tomorrow. And with this with this we come to an end of this class. And I want to tell that this is a certification based course also. If you want to get the certificate, you have to means register for it. Very minimum charges is there, and you get inside the community also after doing that. And community, we have a Friday call every Friday, in which I will tell whatever you want to know about a career, about your code, something, some help in the code you want to do, all those things I will help you. And beside that, you be in a community, there will be a lot of other things are also there. Means if you want some doubt to be solved, I'm there for you, and all those things are there. I have interns also, so they are also there as a TA, teaching assistant, and also those things are there. Your doubts will be solved, and all those things will be there. Plus I will give you proper guidance, and I will give you beside that group call. So Friday is a group call, and in which all the technical doubts, all the other doubts will be solved. Beside this, I will do a personal one-to-one also one time. And if you have any doubt which you don't want to ask in group call, you can ask that. And with this I will end today's stream, and tomorrow we'll complete the css with some projects. And if you have not seen the earlier parts, you can go through all the css one, and also try to attend tomorrow's development workshop also at 3 p.m. ist, which will be live there in YouTube also. And I'm mainly doing through Zoom, but if you are watching through YouTube, you can watch through YouTube also. And it is not be going on other platform, because that I'm doing through a Zoom is, so the Zoom will be streamed live in YouTube. So if you're watching it on LinkedIn, it will not be on LinkedIn only, on it will be on YouTube and Zoom. So Zoom is for some people who have already registered. So web dev workshop, 3 hour workshop, HTML, all I will teach. CSS also, all I will teach, except this Flexbox and Grid. This takes time. And JavaScript also basic, a bit of basics I will touch. Not everything you can touch in 3 hours, because I have long courses also, long video, long things also, like this 5 day CSS training, and then there will be 5 day JavaScript and ESX training, and after that 5 days React.js training. So that this is a complete web app development trainings. So in 3 weeks you can become a web app developer. And then there will be one bonus week also, which I have not told earlier. That bonus week will either be Vue.js or AngularJS. So Vue and Angular are always the cherry on the ice cream. So if you, beside React, if you know Vue or Angular, this there is, your resume always get the weightage. Okay, so that is like that. Maybe this time I'll do Angular, next time I'll do Vue. Okay, so something like that. Okay, so I'll end this stream today, and I'll do 2 streams tomorrow, one at 3. And the same thing, this CSS we are going to end at 8:30. 8:30 same time it will be there, 8:30 p.m. IST. So thank you all for joining this.